Hello again. Today is July 21st, 2025, and just I didn't listen through all of my random thoughts videos, but I was just um like reviewing them as I should, but I review them after I upload them, but I was just listening to them as I'm doing other work and just making sure it's all good. And even though I haven't finished listening to everything, but I don't know if I can. I don't know how I can talk for so long, but anyways, as I was listening to myself rant about my fangirl feelings and the struggle I'm having between being a Monster X fan and a Play fan, I don't know. As I was like listening to myself, I'm like, it I was thinking, why is it so complicated? I think I am making it so complicated. And being a fangirl should not be difficult, should not be stressful. Why can't I just enjoy being a fangirl, just letting things go and not make it complicated? So that was my thoughts as I was listening to my part 1 and part 2 random thoughts. Um so I feel like after I said that why do I make it so complicated, but I feel like I can't help myself in making it complicated, I guess, because I definitely am a person where my feelings are very I can't ignore my feelings easily, basically. I usually could get over things, like but it definitely takes me time though. Like I can't instantly get over something, but um as long as I have time to just process it, and then eventually I will forget about it, because um it's not something that um takes a lot in my life. It's just the feelings. It's just in that moment, the feelings. I have to deal with it, and then eventually I will get over it. So, so I'm thinking, for my fangirl feelings, um, uh, well, as a fangirl, I definitely invest a lot of my feelings into the group. So I think that's why I can't help but make it complicated, because I do not like these singers casually, or with um, what do I mean by that? It's not something I can do casually. That's what I mean. So I definitely invest a lot of my feelings into it, and and yeah, that's something I can't help myself with. I do take it seriously. And so and so um and so I just want to try to conclude on my fangirl feelings, because I did not feel good concluding on my feelings after listening to the end of part 2. I was like, gosh, that does not make me feel good, and I just didn't feel that that really represents how I feel as a fangirl as well. So I want to I want to just finish this video as quickly as I can. Like, this is really like very very spontaneous. I just want to get these thoughts out and organize how I feel as a fangirl, and then most likely I will not do another video for a very long time. So yeah, so let's just get this over with. Okay, um so I invest a lot of feelings into these singers that I like, which is understandable. That's why I'm their fan. If I didn't have these feelings towards them, I don't think I would be a fan. So this is just me naturally as a fangirl. I invest a lot of feelings into them. And so when my feelings are wavering, or feel it doesn't feel correct in a way, like, how am I really enjoying being their fan? So when I think about these things, it is important to me, because then, yeah, then it's like meaningless to me as a fangirl, I guess. So, so So the reason I'm a fan of Monsta X and Plave, the main reason is because I really like them as people. Whether they decide to change their career and don't do singing anymore, don't do all, whatever they plan to do with their lives, or later on once they get married and have kids, I still want to be their fan. So I am the person where they can do whatever as long as they don't do anything like terrible. Of course, of course there's a limit, but I am happy to follow on their journey, whatever they plan to do in the future. And I want to be their fan because I really like them as people. And so I want to continue on this journey with them up until they retire. And so once that time happens, when they're like, I don't want to be in the spotlight anymore, I don't want to work like this anymore. And so once they reach that point, then me as their fan, I can't do anything, right? Because they want to go about their own lives, and they technically don't need fans at that time. So that's how I feel is the point where I will not be their fan anymore. It's up to them if like they no longer, yeah, want to do anything with their life where they have fans. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so that's how I see myself as their fan. I'm here enjoying who they are, and they are public figures, and without their fans they cannot do the work that they do. So I feel with me as their fan, I enjoy them as people, and I want their career to succeed and do whatever they want to do. And so I feel, I don't want to say obligated, I was about to say obligated, but I feel as their fan, I want to see them succeed. And so if I could do something to help them succeed, even if it means like, buying certain things, monetary stuff, I'm okay to do that because I'm their fan. And it feels like obligation, but I feel like that's just natural of me as a fan, that I want to see them succeed, and I would like to continue being their fan for as long as possible. And so I'm always aware like an end point will happen, right? At some point that will happen. So until that end point happens, I'll be happy to be their fan for as long as this lasts, until whenever the end point happens of me no longer needing to be their fan. Yes. Um Yes, but I think after they retire, if by chance they still do social media just to update about themselves, but they don't do any singing work or any kind of work at all, like I would still want to follow them on social media. I would still like to know that they're doing okay, and whatever life they plan to do after K-pop. So that's still something I will, I won't totally throw them away, if you get what I mean. So if they do have a public social media that they still want to update with us about even after retirement, I would still like to follow them, but they no longer need me as a fan. But I would like to know how they're doing after retirement. So I think that's the conclusion of me as a fangirl. I like them all as people, and the only connection I have with them is as their fan and whatever content they give to us fans. And so I will go about their content, whether I have to pay for it or not. I will go about it with the way that I want to, and I will never do anything as a fan that's really hard on me, or also, I need to be careful about this. I get jealous very easily. So when I saw fans, so sorry. So when I saw fans saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna see their concert," or I luckily found a canceled ticket, or I was so lucky I got this and this. Or I went into a video call. So the thing is, I actually don't want to do a video call with Plave. But I can't help but still feel jealous, which is so weird because I don't want to do a video call with them, but I feel a jealousy because these are fans that are able to do all these things with Plave that I can't do. But I don't want to do it, but I still feel that jealousy of like, man, they are really enjoying their fangirl life to the fullest, and they get to interact with Plave kind of physically like that through a video call. And then yeah, I just feel like I feel jealous, but I know that I have nothing to talk about with them in a video call. But also them being virtual, I think still still it's still I'm still not comfortable with it. I still don't know how what I feel, that they can see who I am as a person, right? But I can't see who they are, but only their virtual appearance. So I feel not comfortable enough to do that. But for some reason, I still get jealous when I see fans say, "Oh, I went into their video call," and I'm like, "Wow, they're so lucky and enjoying their fangirl life to the fullest." And so, why did I mention this? Why did I mention this? Yes, because I need to stop being jealous. That's why I mention it. So of the things of being a fangirl that bothers me is that when I see other fans be able to do things that I can't do, it's even if I don't want to do it, it's still it's like ugh, it's like I need to control my jealousy. It's like these are things that I don't need, but I'm just jealous of the fans that can do those things. It's so hard to explain. But anyways, um, so I really want to wrap this up. So let me try to wrap this up. So I need to enjoy being a fangirl without comparing to anyone else, without feeling the FOMO, right? And I want to enjoy being a fan of these singers because I want to support them as people. They are really awesome people. I really love all their passion for singing and music and debuting as a K-pop singer, like all of them, Monsta X included, all of them. And I don't know of other singers, but I'm only speaking for Monsta X and Plave. All of these singers went through a lot of struggle and hardship to get to the point that they are now of being successful K-pop singers, and that really that really um I was about to say something, but then I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Um so I definitely take that into consideration as a fan, is that is that if these were guys where it was totally easy for them to become K-pop singers, and they are, like, I don't know, fed with a golden spoon, if they were people like that, I don't think I would like them. Or maybe I mean to say, I don't feel good supporting them as a fan, that they got everything handed to them, and there was, like, no struggle at all. Like I'm definitely not a fan because of their music and them being singers. I'm their fan because I am really touched by their stories, their personalities, and how much they've gone through. And the journey it took for them to become K-pop singers was so difficult, but now that they're seeing all the success, and then I can help make them successful as well as their fan, and contributing to that makes me feel good as a fan, that I can help them with that. So if they didn't have those struggles, I know that's kind of weird to say, but if they didn't struggle, I wouldn't feel good being their fan. So I want to believe that's probably the main reason why I still want to be a fan of Monsta X and Plave. And even with my feelings wavering this way, um I just wanna enjoy them as their fan and supporting them when I feel like it, and knowing that they're okay. And so when I saw the Monsta X concert in person, and I was able to show physically, like, I'm still here supporting with you guys, and I'm glad to see that you guys are okay. And so I definitely felt that was the main thing that I enjoyed of the concert, is that I was able to show that physically. And I have no desire to listen to Monsta X music. So that really proves to me I'm really not a fan of their music and them as singers, but I'm perfectly fine with their music. Some of their songs I like more than others, but I do not go to a Monsta X concert because I want to hear their music live, and I want to blah blah all that stuff. But it's definitely nice to see it live, of course. And they had a live band with the performance, which was great. And so I definitely can enjoy the music aspect as a music lover, for sure. But the main purpose, and the main thing that made me happy that I went to their concert, was to show my support in person. And so, and so, that's why I don't feel too much to support Monsta X albums or their music, but I will just do as much as I want to. But I, I, Monsta X are not like breaking records like how Plave is, and so when I don't see the fandom like really, really like they're really passionate to break those records or anything, or maybe there's no records to break for Monsta X, but I don't see the Monsta X fandom very passionate about those things. But the Play fandom is really passionate when it comes to streaming and voting and all that stuff, and to break records like that. That motivates me because the fandom is so passionate that I too want to join in and help them succeed together, because we have the teamwork going on. But then the Monsta X fandom doesn't have that. And so I think that concludes how I want to be a fan and not feel stressed or make things complicated. I really love these guys because because me as their fan, I don't think, no, I think I do. So I benefit as well from them. So I don't think of this as me only helping them. They benefit me too, because if I didn't become their fan, I wouldn't become the person that I am now. For sure, for sure. So I'm very grateful for all these singers that come into my life and I become their fan. And so I can't, but I can't say my life would be totally better if they weren't in my life, because I, of course, my life before Monsta X and Playboy was totally fine. um but because of their addition to my life, I feel like it made my life better. But of course I could be fine if they weren't in my life as well. But I'm glad to have known all these singers and be their fan, and added a positive thing into my life. And I'm still really glad that that happened, right? Because them into my life is more positive than negative, that's for sure. And so when things get difficult as a fan, which shouldn't happen, but sadly it does happen to me. So when things get difficult, I need to just step back, just make sure why I want to be their fan and doing the things that I'm doing. And um, and even though those conditions will always happen, so as I mentioned in my previous videos, when Hamin wasn't sending a lot of substantial bubble messages, it was affecting me, and I'm like, man, why does this affect me? Hmm. So even though I have these conditions that will always happen and will create distance with the singers I like, and I think it's stronger with Play because they're virtual and I can never see them in person, and when they don't write a lot on Bubble that's substantial. So I mean, so Hami does send a bubble every single day, but he doesn't have a conversation with us. Is what I felt was missing. And so after 2 weeks of no substantial messages from him, it was just, I don't know. It's just I felt growing apart with him because of not able to. I, it's so hard to explain. I don't even know if I understand myself, but I do feel like because there's so much barriers between me and Play because they're virtual and I can never see them in person. So Bubble feels like the only strong connection I have to them as people, because I can't see who they are on Bubble. I only see their messages. And so I know that that's a real person talking to me. So I feel like this is one of the only ways that I can feel them as a real person, even though I can never see them. And so if any of them don't write a lot of substantial messages on Bubble for a long time, it would feel distance with me. And sadly, I'm not the one to be like, oh, we can never talk for months, and I still have a great relationship with you. Like, I can do that with physical people that I physically meet, but to singers who we don't know each other, and especially they're virtual, yeah, that's a bigger struggle for me. And so and so and so and that's why with Monster X I don't need their bubble. So I can see them in person. They do lots of things in person. Yeah, I really have no connection to their bubble, and I don't need it to keep liking them as a fan. So that's why I don't have any thing with Monster X bubble, but with Play bubble, it's totally different. Yeah. So okay. So so I can move forward being a fan of total 12 singers. Monster X, Wano, Play combined, they are 12 singers, and I like all of them. 12 singers. I mean, that's really a lot, but yeah, but I really do like each person, and I will support them as much as I want to, and don't think too much of what's bothering me because of these very minor details. And so at the end of the day, I need to focus on the main picture, where I really enjoy these guys as singers, as people, as everything they're doing. Because if they weren't singers, I wouldn't know them. So even though I like them more as people, but I still have to admit that I of course I like them as singers. Of course I like their talent. Like if they weren't good singers, I don't think I would like them this much either. So yeah, so it's all a combination of everything that they are. I like them the most as people, but them as a singer, that's the main thing to connect us as a singer and fan. And so everything about them, I want to support their journey. I'm glad that they all were able to debut and become successful singers. And so I will just enjoy them as so. And whether I can do certain things or not certain things, like the FOMO thing, if I miss out on things, it's okay. It's okay. They still give us content regardless. And it's not like they are something in my life that I need. Definitely not. I don't need them. So I'm just happy that I found them and I'm their fan. And moving forward, that's it. That's it. And if ever the time comes when I have to let go of them, either, they retire or maybe I just don't like them anymore as a fan. Who knows if ever that happens. It could happen. And it's okay. So there's nothing to be sad about. Of course, those sad things I talked about in previous videos, they will always be there. But it's okay. It's gonna be okay. When I get sad, I'm sad, and just let it go. At the end of the day, all 12 guys are doing well in their careers, and I'm here able to enjoy them because of their careers. And I hope that I can continue seeing them, being with them, supporting them as a fan for as long as possible. Okay, I think that's a good ending on this really, really random thought process that I went through. Yeah, I do feel better after talking about all this. So I hope that even when I re-listen to this later, that I feel content, that I will be okay moving forward as a fan of 12 singers. Yes. And most likely more random thoughts may happen spontaneously whenever, I don't know, but yes, I will be busy for a long time. And if I don't know, we'll see whenever I can make videos again. But yeah, just wish me luck on everything, and that my injury doesn't come back, and I'm gonna be okay. And I hope for anyone out there, I don't know who are these dozens of people watching my videos, but thanks for watching, and hope you can enjoy whatever I talk about, but at the end of the day, don't worry about me. So I hope that I don't say anything that's of concern. I'm very okay. I am glad to be able to have this channel to just talk about what I want to talk about, and just enjoy being a fangirl. So this is what this channel, why I made this channel. I want to enjoy being a fan of Plave. I don't plan to talk about Monster X again, but I might bring them up every so often if maybe I can't help but compare between Monster X and Plave, but most of the time and hopefully, like 99.9% of the time, I want to only talk about play in this channel, and my fangirl thoughts will happen every so often. Okay, okay, okay. Until next time, have a good day.